Hello, my name is Michael Provost, and today I'll be drawing up the perfect play. So, a few years ago, whenever I first started coaching high school football, I always used to think that just all you got to do when you get to the game is just call plays. That they just come up from somewhere, and it's honestly, as I've gotten through the last 3 years and years previously, I've quickly learned that it's not about like what you call. It's more about how you design it and how it becomes effective for your group. Um, and it's more than just drawing about arrows and lines. It's really about getting to know your guys, learning how to predict a defense, learning football itself. Um, and I still remember our first year, whenever we first got to the program, that I helped my dad design plays, gave him ideas and like concepts we want to run, and as we continue, that's still what we do each week. Like we could have this play made, but we don't run it until week 7. So today I'll basically be demonstrating you a trips formation so trips formation is 3 on one side, 1 on the other, 3 by 1. And then I will be explaining the slant route, how it works, and how do you break down defenses. So, designing play, like I said, is more about more about the people, your space, and how you can create scoring opportunities for your team, how you can be successful at it. It's more than X's and O's, and it's just about getting guys in the right spot. So every football play, every football play you see on Sunday night, or even a Friday high school football game, or Saturday on college, they all start somewhere, and that somewhere is on the whiteboard. You and coaches end up just going around and drawing up things, and the simplest one is a slant. So, and during that time, you just got to learn how to know your players' strengths, know the defense's weaknesses. Who's the best player on that defense? Who's the best player on your offense? How do you get your guys matched up where you want to be? And then once you start to understand that, it becomes easy. So today I'll be showing you how to do so. First, I'll walk you through offensive positions. Secondly, I'll show you how to draw a simple passing play. And lastly, I'll explain how I adjust and build on that play to keep the defense guessing. So, step 1, understanding the offensive positions. Understanding the offensive positions, before I draw up any play, I like to start with my players. I don't like to go outside of that, and that really helps me and realizes who's going to be whether guys are unhealthy, like meaning they're hurt for that week, or what guys you have that are ready to understand what we're running and how we're running our offense. That's where I start. And majority of the time I'm working with the quarterback, so we have to get that quarterback timing, that receiver timing, make sure they're doing that extra work throughout practice when they're running these routes. So whenever I sketch a play, I start with the basic formation. Today I'm starting with the trips. So you got 3 guys over here and 1 guy back here. Usually you can work from, you start on the outside, so this is the widest guy and this is the tightest guy. And then obviously this guy is over here on an island. And in between where I am standing is where our offensive line and our quarterback and our running back stand. So once you start to get those guys and you start to understand that, then now I can start designing plays. And from there, I'm going to always start with, like I said, I'm going to demonstrate the slant. So either there's a 3-step slant, so where you're inside foot up. If I'm on this back side over here on the single side, this inside foot up, 1, 2, 3, and plant, and then cut. And then depending on the defensive coverage, that's where I want to decide next. So, step 2, design and play. How do I know which slant to run? How do I know what a slant is? So, in this game, it's pretty simple. Slant is a 3-step route. This is the basic of it. 3-step, get in that corner to open his hips, and then you slide right by him and attack that linebacker. It's about finding open space here, and how fast we can get the ball in another player's hands outside of my quarterback. So when we're here, inside foot up, if the corner's playing tightly pressed, this is whenever I want to take that 3-step slant seriously, is because I want to open him up by attacking his outside leverage, take 2 more steps, and once I get on that 3rd step, I'm cutting right in. And this allows you to just make sure you're open right behind that. Now, if a corner's playing off of me, now I can either run the 3-step, or I can get to a 1-step slant, which is just 1 and then cut. And that's a lot more effective. Now, if you're in short yardage, you just need a first down. Those are the kind of slants you want to run. But timing is everything, and us as coaches got to find the right people in order to fit that timing. And so this is how we adjust and then build from there. Like I said, we get to that slant, we start to teach these guys and let them understand that. Now we got to start getting into reading. How can we find these kids? Yes, they may be able to run the route, but can they read a defense? Are they as smart as the quarterback? Is the timing and the chemistry there for these guys? And so in practice, I teach my players how to read defense. And as I'm going, like I said, if that corner is playing off, I could take that 1 step and get. And if you notice, I'm always cutting off of this outside leg, because when you're running inside routes like a slant, I can go here and go. And that's on the single side. But if I go back to this trip side, now I'm adjusting my slants, because if I have 2 slants out of these guys, I want a 5-step slant out of this and a 3-step slant. That's just because this guy's wider, take more time and attack that corner and get him out of the way. And this guy, we're allowing this guy to get that linebacker out of the way. And then this guy right here, he'll either have like a short route, just an underneath route, just to get out of that spot. So in conclusion, today I just showed you guys how to run a basic play, a slant play, get guys open, get the ball in these guys' hands, and then just want you guys to remember, behind every big touchdown, there's always a coach that started on a whiteboard on a Monday night, and he brought it to the end. So next time you're watching a football game, think about all the time these coaches and players put in order to win that game and play to their best ability. Thank you.